Hi, my name is Bella, and today I'm going to show you how to make a cranberry pecan spice cake. First, you have to make your cranberry sauce. First, in a medium-sized pot, add 8 ounces of dark frozen cranberries. Then, 1/2 cup of white granulated sugar. If you like, add 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 1/2 cup of orange juice. Now stir all the ingredients together and bring it onto a boil and let it simmer for 8 to 10 minutes or until the cranberry sauce starts to get nice and thickened or until the cranberries start to release their juices. I made the cranberry sauce, and the cranberry sauce is nice and thickened and the cranberries are starting to release their juices. Now add and transfer the cranberry sauce into a small bowl and let it cook completely for a few minutes or until you're ready to use it. You can make your pecan spice pancake batter. First, in a medium-sized bowl, add 3 cups of all-purpose flour. Then add 1 teaspoon of salt. Then 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Now stir the dry ingredients together until combined. Now for the wet ingredients. First, in a small bowl, add 3/4 cup of buttermilk at room temperature. Then add 1 tablespoon of pure vanilla extract and 1 tablespoon of freshly squeezed lemon juice. Now mix the white ingredients together until combined. Now, in this large bowl, add 18 tablespoons of cubed unsalted butter, salted at room temperature, and 1 1/2 cups of white granulated sugar. Now, beat the butter and sugar together on a medium-low speed until it's nice and light and fluffy. Now crack 3 large eggs at room temperature plus 1 large egg yolk at room temperature into a butter and sugar mixture one at a time. And beat it into it's all combined. Repeat the steps. Repeat the steps. Now add 1 large egg yolk at room temperature into a butter and sugar mixture. And beat it into it's all combined. Add 1/2 cup of the all-purpose flour mixture into the cake batter one at a time. And 1/3 cup of the buttermilk mixture into the cake batter one at a time. And beat them into it on a medium-low speed until combined. Repeat the steps. Now in a small bowl, add 1 1/2 cups of toasted cold chopped pecans and 1 tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice. And stir them together to lightly coat them. Add the pumpkin spice coated chopped pecans into the pancake batter and gently fold them into it until well combined. spice pound cake become pound cake batter. Now add half of the spice become pound cake batter into a greased butter pan. And spread around it as safely as possible. Now add half of the cranberry sauce mixture over the top of the cake batter. And swirl it into it. Now add the remaining spice become pound cake batter over the top of the cranberry sauce filling. Spread it around it as safely as possible. And finally, add the remaining cranberry sauce filling on top of the cake batter. And swirl it into it. Now, after you covered the whole thing, place the cranberry pecan spice pound cake into a preheated 325 degrees and bake it for between 1 hour or 1 hour and 15 minutes. Remove the cranberry pecan spice cake out of the oven after baking on 325 degrees for between 1 hour or 1 hour and 15 minutes. And let it cook properly for 2 hours. You can make your cranberry cream cheese glaze. First, in a small bowl, add 2 tablespoons of cubed cream cheese softened at room temperature, and 1 tablespoon of whole milk at room temperature. Now gently mix them together or until it's nice and creamy and smooth with no visible lumps. And now the cream cheese mixture is nice and creamy and smooth with no visible lumps. Now add 1 cup of confectionery sugar. And if you like, add just a tiny little sprinkle of salt to bring on the flavors. And mix them into the cream cheese mixture until combined. And it's nice and creamy and smooth with no visible lumps. And the glaze is nice and creamy and smooth with no visible lumps. If you like, add 1 tablespoon of cranberry juice into the cream cheese glaze to make it pink. And whisk it into it until it turns pink. Now, if you like, add 1 drop of pink food coloring into the cranberry cream cheese glaze to make it more pink. And whisk it into it until it turns pink. I made the cranberry cream cheese glaze and turned pink. Gently pour the cranberry cream cheese glaze over the top of the cake. Here's the final presentation of the cranberry pecan spice cake. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.